So boys, it's been a pretty substantial week when it comes to DVD chapters, from a new one being teased and announced to an old one being removed. This week on Dead by Daylight. Before we get into it, boys, I will say stick around through this video to see some gameplay of the new killer, as well as a super quick look at the killer's new perks coming with the new chapter. Also, I might have a video up soon after this one, maybe in the next day or two, looking more in depth at the survivor and the new killer, so subscribe to see that when it first comes out. Firstly though, let's talk about the Stranger Things chapter, the DLC that brought us Steve Harrington, what a snack by the way, Nancy Wheeler, the Hawkins Laboratory, and of course the Demogorgon. Unfortunately, as of the 17th of November 2021, the Stranger Things chapter will no longer be available for purchase. The characters will still remain in the game along with their teachable perks, and players who own these characters will still be able to use them and their perks. But their map, however, Hawkins, will be getting removed from DBD as of this 17th of November removal date, I suppose. Which obviously does suck for the game as a whole. Personally, I never really liked the map. I can't say I did. So I'm not exactly going to be losing sleep over this, but, you know, it still sucks. Another key thing to note, though, is if you do not currently own the Stranger Things chapter, or maybe a particular cosmetic that you want from that chapter. Personally, I've got my eyes on that Scoop Ahoy Steve. You have until September 1st for a 50% discount on the chapter as a whole altogether. You have until September 8th for a 50% discount on the cosmetics. And you have until the removal date, November 17th, for a 50% discount on all those characters individually. Hopefully this chapter removal isn't really a sign of things to come and Behaviour can actually keep the rest of their license for the foreseeable future. Like, imagine if they lost, like, no Myers or something like that. It just wouldn't be the same game. The big news this week was all the teasers we received for the new chapter and all the theories that came along with them. The community seemed to had formed, like, somewhat of a clear split of opinion between two of the big main guesses for what the new killer might be. The main theories were mainly split between Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's or Pinhead from Hellraiser. Now, FNAF animatronics are almost always rumoured whenever a new chapter is announced or teased. This time was no different. The Dead by Daylight Twitter released plenty of teasers. First it was letters all hidden in previously tweeted images, which then was followed by a really obvious just tweet for the A from all those letters. Just ah. So that was obviously quite funny. The letters we did get was I, S, R, E, and A. We were also given a little TV teaser, I suppose, which had 1987 in the corner. This led some fans to a Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's, mainly because one, plenty of these letters, actually, except for the E, which is a bit weird, but all these letters fit into Springtrap's name, which was why he was more, I think, in particularly picked out. Also, 1987 was in fact the year Freddy's Fazbear Pizza opened, so that led fans to believe that this could actually be the time that FNAF comes to DVD. But, however, the theory for Pinhead was much more clear-cut. 1987 was the year the first Hellraiser film was released. The letters I mentioned earlier spell out Raise. And to add to this, 4 audio clips, which I'll play now, were released onto the DBD Discord server. And if you took these audio clips and put them into a spectrogram and arranged them in the correct order, they would spell the word hell. Now, I don't think it takes a big brain detective to see that Hell and Raise, Hellraiser, and 1987, the release date of the first Hellraiser film, makes it pretty clear-cut that the killer was in fact going to be... That's right, boys. The new killer is in fact Pinhead from Hellraiser, so commiserations to all you FNAF fans who aren't quite going to get your chapter just yet. But now, what you've been waiting for, we're going to take a quick look at the new killer with some gameplay from survivor perspective, from killer perspective, and let's go check that out. Just before we do though, boys, I do want to remind you that we do stream over on Twitch very often, like almost every day, I'd say. Potentially right now as well, while you're watching this video, so please do go check it out. TommoTW on there, just the same as here. I'd really appreciate it. Also, we have a Discord server that you're more than free to join if you want to, so link will also be down in the description for that. But enough of that, let's take a quick look at Pinhead, now in Dead by Daylight. So to sum up these perks, basically, we have anti-gen rush, anti-C, and anti-progression. So basically, boys, to quickly explain his power, he has this cube. Survivors need to get rid of this cube because otherwise it will start initiating chain hunts, which will summon chains to pursue survivors. But as the killer, you can also teleport to that cube if a survivor interacts with it. But also, your actual, I guess, main power is you can spawn a hook or spawn a chain like a nurse blink, and you then, rather than teleporting there yourself, you'll take control of the chain that you put there, and then if you can hit the survivor, it's quite hard to control. It's a bit like maybe Hillbilly, like very straight, not much turning you can do. If you can hit the survivor with that, it will lock them in place and make it easier for you to just slap them, basically. You'll see how it is. So Pinhead is a pretty interesting killer. Obviously, first thing you're going to see on screen here is I'm picking up the cube. He's going to now be able to teleport to me. You can see that from both perspectives of how it looks when I hold it to when he obviously can then teleport towards me. We then have a look at his power and how it works. You can see he kind of creates a blink on how far he holds it. He can summon his chain and attack me with it, encasing me in 3 separate chains, which I need to hold M1 to break out of in order to escape it and be able to carry on running. There's obviously the pickup animation and the carry animation. Quite cool. He picks you up with his chains, he, you know, and then puts you on his shoulder like the normal carry kind of is. I do like the unique carries and pickups and whatnot. So that is very cool. But we also have his break animation, which is kind of cool. And finally, we take a look at his mori. Now, when I first saw this, oh my god, is it nutty. So, he obviously, you know, you stand up, he's taking a look, summons his chains, grabs you by each limb, sends them into your face and everything. It's fucking, it's insane. Sends up this pole to come fetch you, and as you can see in there, Zarina screaming as she's taken away to, oh, fuck knows. But his mori is honestly, it's too sick. I'm too gassed, I don't know why. And that, boys, is going to be it for this video. I really hope you did enjoy this. Kind of, it's similar, basically the same kind of format I usually do, but also featuring multiple, I guess, stories, if you like, in the same video. So if that's something you like to see, maybe every week we just go over what's happened in the last week, maybe whether that just be my patch notes, that could be, you never know, if they lose some more licensing, you never know, new killers, new theories, just stuff that happens in the Dead by Daylight community, I guess. If that's stuff you'd like to see, please let me know, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, boys. But until then, peace. Yeah, but when we out all night, do the shit we like, we living for that, we living for that, yeah, when our song comes on and the fruits are gone, we living for that, we living for that.